We're wrapping up our paper review with a story on the back page of The Nation. If you remember, after the July protests that kind of swept the country, not kind of swept the country actually, calling for radical reforms to government, rejection of the finance bill, and many other things, there was a directive by President William Ruto to ban Harambees, actually to ban political leaders from attending Harambees and fundraisers. He banned all state and all public officers from participating in fundraising activities and directed then Attorney General Justin Muturi to draft legislation to guide fundraising activities in the country. Now, the said legislation was drafted and it is now in front of the Senate, which has almost unanimously rejected it. President William Ruto's bid to regulate Harambees now hangs in the balance after the proposal was met with stiff opposition from senators who called for its total rejections. They were near unanimous in their disapproval of the Public Fundraising Appeals Bill 2024, forcing its indefinite deferment last week. The bill has just begun its life in Parliament. Of course, Senate will be the first to hear it, and if it does get through the Senate, then it goes to the National Assembly. They say that if enacted as is, the law will stifle Harambees and therefore disadvantage the poor. As a matter of just pure opinion, I think it would be a lot more useful to create a country with living conditions that are conducive for everybody, economies that are thriving and working for everyone, such healthcare systems, education systems that are accessible and affordable, such that you don't need Harambees for a new school, you don't need Harambees for someone's medical bills. But the senators are saying if enacted, the law will stifle Harambees and therefore disadvantage the poor. I think this could also be interpreted to mean that Harambees are one of the ways that politicians will, show quote unquote goodwill to the people, especially around election times and to their electorate. And it kind of keeps people in a cycle of begging and depending on politicians for their goodwill, as opposed to asking for better systems that work for them and not needing to expect handouts from politicians. But that's